Is a 4 on 4 GPA the only way to study abroad in 2026? Well, the answer is no. Thousands get in with lower GPAs, and by the end of this video, you are going to have a mindset shift and concrete things that you can do today in order to study abroad despite your GPA. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sylvie. I got my bachelor's degree in 2009 and I started applying for scholarships. From 2009 till 2013, all I got were rejection letters. I never gave up, and then something clicked. From 2014 right up to 2023, all I got were acceptance letters. 2014, I got the MEX Japanese Government Scholarship. 2016, I was the third runner-up for the Mandela Washington Fellowship. 2018, I got the Yala Fellowship. And in 2023, I got the Clinton Global Initiative Fellowship. So I'm a 4-time fully funded scholarship grantee, and I started creating content about scholarships in 2016. And over the decade, I have worked with over 5,000 students. So in today's episode, we are going to be breaking down GPA requirements and how to study abroad if you have a low GPA. It doesn't matter where you're from, either you're from Nigeria, from Ghana, from India, this is for you. We start by looking at the GPA systems around the world because most students, regardless of whatever countries they are from, the institutions that they go through actually have different grading scales. So here we have the grading in the entire global south, as you can see here. And one of the most important things that, the most general things that schools around the global south use, they use percentages. They have the GPAs, they have the CGPAs, they have scales, and then they have institution specific. Y'all let me know what are y'all using in your country. I'm not going to cover all the countries because there is just enough time to be able to go through everything. But we're going to start here with parts of Africa. So this is like Southern and Eastern Africa. And these are like countries that had like British legacies and tiered system. I think not just some parts of West Africa also, yeah. But anyhow, the countries we have here, we have Angola, Kenya, South Africa, Tanzania. So as you can see here, Angola is using like 2 different systems. The 100% system, which is like a tier system, and then they have a 6-tier system. So they have a 100-tier system and then a 6-tier system. Kenya apparently has also like a scale system, and then they have the class system, and then they have the like first class, and then which is institution specific, and then they have like the 1 to 4 class system, which is like distinction, credit, pass, fail. South Africa has the percentage system, which is like 50% first class, depend like percentage system. And then Tanzania has letter grades, which is like grades A to E, so D, E to S. Oh my goodness, that is a lot. Anywho, those are the systems that are being used. Y'all let me know which one applies to your institutions, those that are from South and Eastern Africa. Then let us go to the next one. Here we have from West and North Africa. Here we have Egypt, Ghana, and Nigeria. So Egypt is apparently using this descriptor scale, which is like excellent, very good, distinction, pass, which is actually similar to some of the countries in East Africa we saw earlier. And then you have Ghana. Ghana is using the 4.0 GPA scale. I think that this is common in Anglo-Saxon universities. And then Nigeria has like 4 different ways that they are calculating these GPAs. You have like 1.7 scale with 9 is the highest, the 5 scale, the 4 scale, and then the percentage scale that they are using in Nigeria. Oh my goodness, what institution did you go to? What scale are you all using? Now let us go to Central and South Asia. Here we are looking at Afghanistan, Bangladesh, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan. And the scales that you can see here is they have a 100% scale, they have a 4-point scale, they have a 10-point scale, they have an 8-point scale, they have a 1 to 5 scale, and then they have a percentage scale. Oh my goodness, that is a lot. Y'all let me know what university did you go to, what skills are y'all using. Now let us go to Southeast and East Asia. Here we have China, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, and Vietnam. The scales that they are using here is the 100% scale, they have the 5-point scale, the 4-point scale, the 1 to 5 reverse scale. Oh, okay, like 1 is the highest rather. Okay, and then you have the 4 scale, and then the 0 to 10 scale used in Vietnam. So y'all let me know in the comment section, what scales are you all using? What scales did you like? What currently your GPA currently? What is it? Is it 100%? Is it 4? Is it 5? You all let me know, okay? Now let us look at the most important reason why we are here today, and that is to talk about admissions based on GPAs. If you have a low GPA, what should you do? Actually, I think people who have high GPAs should also watch this, because this video is actually going to give you like a mindset shift on how to think about studying abroad, how to think about admissions abroad, and how to practically pick institutions, right? Actually, it is actually how to pick institutions based off of your personal situation. So let us start here. This is so interesting. Admissions is defined by institutions, not borders. Most times you will have many people say, where do you want to study abroad? I want to study in the US. I want to study in Canada. But what they are telling you here is that, yeah, that is nice and good, but you should remember that this admissions, it actually varies from one institution to the other, despite it being within the same country. So you can find different tiers of university within the US, within Europe, and we are going to see a breakdown of all of this as we move ahead. And you can see that in one country, you who has the highest GPA, you can get admissions there, and you who has a lower GPA, you can also get admissions there. Okay, so let us talk about here. Something I want you all to pay attention to as you watch this video. You're going to see the green. The green is talking about those that are like friendly GPA, low GPA friendly countries, and then mid is like those that are like pretty standard, and then high are like the standard universities as well as standard countries that you can go to. So let us start with a case study of North America. What we are doing here is we're looking at the entire North America for you to be able to understand the variances that exist within North America, such that you do not think that, oh, because I have a low GPA, I do not have any hope. There is nothing that can happen for me. So let's look here. You see the US, San Diego City College, you can see, I told you, all friendly. And then you have Canada, Toronto Metropolitan University, mild. So this is like medium. And then Harvard, SCAS, you have high. And then here you have University of British Columbia, high. So you can see these variances based off of this same country, but you can see that within North America, the universities that you choose to apply for will like pay attention to the university you're applying for. Choose those universities based off of what tier do they fall into. As a low GPA person, go for those low GPA, for example, San Diego City College, right? And that if you are someone who is like in the middle, you go to Toronto Metropolitan University. Let us get into a little bit, let us go into Asia and Europe, because we've done North America as a whole. Let's go to Asia and Europe and just see how things work within this continent. If you look at Waseda University here in Japan, you can see no minimum GPA is required. There is no minimum GPA even for standardized tests. They are not asking for any of those things, right? But now, if you look, okay, here you look at TUM in Germany. There is no specific GPA requirement that is asked for students who want to go study at this. I say for almost all of the programs, there is no specific GPA that is asked for it. But still go within Japan. Look here at Kyoto University. They tell you you must have achieved a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or above on a scale of 4 or its equivalent. What does that tell you? Same country, but very different universities with different standards. With Kyoto University, if you don't have within this GPA, do not apply for it. So in a real world situation, if there are two students, one person, both of them want to study in Japan, the person with a higher GPA should apply to Kyoto University. The person with a lower GPA should apply for Waseda University. So you have to be smart about your choices. Make sure that you are applying based off of where you practically fall realistically. Here you have London School of Economics, 3.5 to 3.7 GPA. For admissions to a third master's program, the bachelor's, the GPA requirement is 3.7 on 4. So what that tells you, it is not only high, but it's like the higher end. 3.7 on 4. That is like first class honors that you can have in order to get admissions into that. Now let us go back to the US. Well, we are going to now take like one case study and dive a little bit deeper to sort of understand how it works with examples, such that you already have things to work with. By the end of this video, you can take it and then you implement it like as soon as possible. Here we're going to start with tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, right? Tier 3, here you have open access to GPA accepted, San Diego City College. That is what they're asking for. And then tier 2, you have the CSU standard. Here you have CSU Fullerton, CSU East Bay, CSU Long Beach, CSU Long Beach. Those are the universities that you can apply for. And then you have tier 1, which is like high selectivity. Harvard University, University of California. Those are the people that are asking for 3.3 GPA and above. So as you can, just looking at this particular slide, you can see that regardless of your GPA, these three, if you have 3 students who all want to go study in the US, you should pick your university of choice based off of this admission requirements. So all of you can go study, but just make sure that you focus on the one that accepts your GPA. It doesn't matter the GPA you have. Then let us look at Canada. We're going to look at some examples of universities where they fall. We're going to start with the last one here, University of Alberta. That is a medium college, 3 GPA. Toronto Metropolitan University, medium. McGill University, medium. University of British Columbia, high. University of Waterloo, high. Make sure you apply based off of those things. And then the last thing we are going to look at today is Australia, at least to give some examples of what is happening in Australia. Monash University, if you're going to study medicine, you need a 6 on 7 GPA. University of Sydney, high. You need high grades to do that. University UNSW, you have medium. University of Melbourne, medium, and then ANU, medium. So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that GPA does not matter. You just have to be smart and pick options that are within your GPA class. Everyone can study abroad. Just know what you're working with and go from there. Let me know in the comment section, did you learn anything from this video? Are you all going to be applying? Do you have a low GPA? Do you have a high GPA? What is your current GPA? What country are you targeting? Do you now know that you can actually get to study wherever, no matter your GPA? I really hope that this taught you all something today. So if you want to work with me, there are several ways that we can do it. There are 2 ways: if you want to DIY it, or if you need my help. If you want to DIY it, I have a scholarships database, a weekly updated scholarships database. It has scholarships, no application fee, university, tuition of universities. It has tons of things, like everything, sample series, research proposals. You can find it all in that database. Sign up for the database. Secondly, I have a self-paced course, and this course is actually for students who have a low GPA. This is like low GPA applying for scholarships, because that is a whole different ball game when you have a low GPA and you also want scholarships. That is different, right? And then those that have been applying and getting a ton of rejections. I started this by telling you all that I was rejected for 5 years, right? And then something clicked, so I learned a thing or two and I put it in that course. So those self-paced things, you can do it by yourself. Also, if you want to talk with me one-on-one, you can book a one-on-one chat and we are going to have a conversation, and I'll guide you based off of the things that I know and I have learned. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. Please do well to like it, please do well to share it to as many people as possible. Tag your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, your colleagues in the comment section such that they can see this, and I'm going to be in the comment section engaging with all of you. Please follow this page, turn the notifications on, and I am going to see you same time tomorrow, 11 a.m. West African time. I'll see you all there. Peace.